Hello all, welcome to ARK Reflections IAS. While the Washington talks about a ceasefire, the world is watching a diplomatic train wreck. It is called as the Islamabad Snub. Iran has officially walked away from the table. No talks, no compromise, no deal. Today, we look at the push that Pakistan has faced and why all of this peace push has went up in the smoke. The defiance already started in the air. In the last 48 hours, US has faced humiliating losses. An F-15 was downed, an A-10 Thunderbolt has crashed. Washington calls it mechanical failure, obviously, but Tehran calls it a shoot down. And remember, when jets fall from sky, diplomacy usually falls with them. But why Pakistan is snubbed in all of this? Because look at the numbers. Islamabad is desperate. Petrol is at 500 rupee. The economy is on life support. They needed this win. They needed to prove strategic relevance to the world. They offered a table in Islamabad for track 1 diplomacy. Imagine. They thought that they could bridge the gap. But Tehran saw right through it. For Iran, you see, Pakistan is not a neutral ground. They know that it's an American backyard. Look at the optics. General Asim Munir was called to Washington and the friction of Operation Sindoor was present. To Iran, Pakistan is a proxy for United States interests. Location is everything and Washington picked a venue Iran was guaranteed to reject. Now look at the maths of the deadlock. Washington's demands are maximalist. They want a total cap on uranium enrichment. They want a hard limit on missile ranges, specifically targeting the 4,000 kilometer reach Iran missile that puts US bases at risk. And they want Iran to abandon every proxy right from Houthis to Hezbollah. Typical maximalist behavior. But what is Iran's response to all of that? They want a mirror reflection of such defiance. They want reparations, billions in compensation for all the destroyed infrastructure. They want a total US exit from entire West Asia and they want a written and binding United Nations guarantee against future strikes. It's not a negotiation. It's a list of red lines that neither side will cross. And then there is the Hormus card. Iran knows where it hurts. By weaponizing the world's most vital artery, they have turned a regional spat into a global economic migraine. If the strait chokes, the world economy gasps for air. But the core issue here is trust. Tehran very well remembers 2018. Very well, they remember the JCPOA, the deal signed by the then US president and which was shredded by the next president, that was Donald Trump. In their view, American signature is worth nothing. As the saying goes in Tehran, you cannot bomb a country into peaceful negotiation. For India, this is not just a news because we have 9 million citizens in our Gulf. Okay, we have 9 million citizens in the Gulf and we rely on this region for 80% of our energy needs. Every drone strike and every failed talk puts our diaspora directly and our economy indirectly at risk. So where does this leave us? See, the diplomatic channels are silent. The military postures are hardening day by day. Islamabad snub is not just a missed meeting. It's a prelude to a storm that is coming. So the timeline is clear. First, mediation has collapsed. Hormus is being weaponized as we speak. Sanctions are in a deadlock. A global energy shock is no longer a theory. It's a countdown to that day. It's a question of who blinks first, Washington or Tehran. This answer will define the next decade of West Asia. I am Yogiraj and this is the pulse of the crisis. Thanks for watching.